vibe with the intro. Yo, what's up, boys? It's JB here, and if you remember, the first video I ever posted to this channel was about the DBL, and we are here with week 1, ready to get it started versus Ariadon. Now, I'll flash a picture of the team matchups and the teams up on the screen right about now. Alright, so that should be there somewhere for you. So, big thing is we're taking on Ariadon this week. I have a lot of respect for Ariadon. He is a great battler. He played him once in the NDBL, and he beat me. Now, I don't think I am at the level I was back then, or even close to, that I am now. Especially when I'm looking at the teams nowadays and how we match up, and the team I drafted and how I play. I think it's a lot different than it was back then, so we should be able to take him on just fine, just fine. So, the question is, what are we bringing this week? Well, I looked at the matchup versus Ariadon, and I think we have an extremely good matchup this week. Ariadon's team does not match up well against our offense, and we have the defense to shut him down with literally just 3 mons. And so, I think he's going to have a rough battle this week, but matchup isn't everything, because while I have the matchup, that means it's going to affect my play. I'm going to think I have the matchup, I better play safe, because I literally just have to make this set of plays and keep these going. It's up to Ariadon, essentially, to put pressure on the match. I don't have to, because I have the team matchup. He is the one who is forced to make offensive doubles, etc. I can just play safe this match because of how I think we're match up. So, let's get straight into the team. By the way, there will be a thumbnail in the description if you just want to skip straight to the battle. I wanted to have 2 separate videos, but that was not going to happen with my schedule this week, so I'm just doing it all one big video, so that's how that's going to work. So, the first one we're bringing this week is Blaziken. Ariadon's team has no switch-ins to this actual monster. Like, nothing on his team can essentially take me on. The biggest thing he has to stop me is Jellicent, and I have the knockout for that, and you're going to see, during my prep, I discovered he has to bring Jellicent. He has to bring a mixed wall Jellicent that can beat Blaziken, potentially beat Drill, and Pidgeot at the same time, because it's his only switch in to those mons. Other than Jellicent, they run train on his team. Scarf Blaziken especially, because it can outspeed the Jolteon that he has on his team, and speed tie with +1 Altaria. So, he has to bring that. And so, Blaziken, if we can get rid of the Jellicent, Blaziken can basically get a kill every time it comes in. That is saying we picked the right move, because obviously if we click Poison Jab, Skarmory can come in on us. But Flare Blitz still does a good chunk to Altaria, so you might still be able to click that one. I am recording this before the battle, so really excited to get into the battle with Ariadon later tonight. But yeah, Blaziken, 4 attack standard. The EVs are pretty self-explanatory. We need 252 attack to be doing the max amount of damage, speed to speed tie with +1 Altaria, and we have to run Blaze. And the match will also be played in Ubers because we have a Blaziken. But let's move on to the next mon. We are bringing our boy T-Tar. Yeah, I told you this thing is going to be versatile for the team, and it sure is going to be. I built this thing to beat Jellicent. Jellicent, like I said, is a bit of a problem for my team. This is the only thing I have that can kind of beat Jellicent 1v1. And here's the set I came up with, a Lumberry. Now, my hope is to switch this thing in on a Scald, not get burned, and have him predict the Pursuit, try and keep spamming Scald, but with max attack Adamant, we should be able to 2-hit KO with Pursuit still, assuming it's a more Spadef set. And he'll Scald again, predicting Pursuit, attempt to get the burn. He might get it, he might not. If he does, we have the Lum, we'll pop, we'll be able to either Pursue or Crunch after that. Fire Blast for Skarmory, we have enough special attack investment to 2-hit KO a defensive Skarmory. We also have Stone Edge there for just general stab T-Tarness, and it's our Sand Setter for the week. Sand is not as important this week as it has been in the past. It's mainly just there to help me wear Ariadon's team down, more so than sweep his team. Yeah, it's not really there to sweep. I don't plan on having an Excadrill sweep. I'll get into this set I brought on Drill because it's a little weird. But let's move on to the next mon, Mega Pidgeot. He has absolutely 0 switch-ins to this monster. The only switch-in I could find was potentially an AV Jolteon or Jellicent again. But we have T-Tar for Jellicent, and AV Jolteon will take a shit ton from HP ground. Heat Wave for the Skarmory, U-turn for momentum, and we can just spam Hurricanes in this match all day, baby, all day. No recovery needed. Probably our late-game sweeper. One thing I had to be careful for while prepping for this match was Ditto. I can't be swept by a Sandrush Excadrill, countering my drill. I can't be swept by a Mega Pidgeot spam, so that's what T-Tar is there for, because the set really can't touch T-Tar, besides U-turn out on it. And Drill also can wall this set, take a hit from this set, not wall, but it can take a hit from this set, as you'll see. So those were two things I couldn't get counter swept by. But yeah, this Mega Pidgeot is here, late game sweeper. I'm assuming it's going to get kills. He has no switch-ins, pretty standard. The speed is speed creeping. What is that? I forgot what it is because I don't have his team pulled up right in front of me, but you'll see it. It's just speed creeping, one of his potentially fast mons. But let's get into the creme de la creme, the first round pick, Mr. Excadrill. Now, the thing about Drill this week is I can't bring offensive Drill. He's still offensive, but essentially he has Skarmory. It's the best Drill counter in the game. I could potentially bring Swords Dance and Iron Head or Rock Slide, but it's just counterproductive as he'll just whirlwind me out. So I figure if I'm going to get any use from this Drill, I'm going to use it as a spinner, and I'm going to use it to wall Jolteon. This set with AV and 148 special defense cannot be 2-hit KO'd by Expert Belt Modest Jolteon's HP Ground, which I'm assuming he'll pack. It can't be 2-hit KO'd by that, and most importantly, this thing, if Skarmory somehow is taken down by like a surprise Fire Blast from T-Tar, still has the capability to sweep the 72 speed is all I need to outspeed a Jolteon in sand. Actually, I think I'm outspeeding like one of his higher speed Scarfers with this speed, not even Jolteon. But yeah, with double speed, I don't need to run much speed on this thing. Max attack to do damage with the 148, and the Assault Vest makes me extremely SPDF. So yeah, that's the plan with Drill this week. I couldn't just go offensive Drill. It would have done absolutely nothing this game with Skarmory. I had to find some utility for Drill this week, and using it as my Jolteon counter just is perfect, because this thing, Jolteon, literally with the set I described, cannot 3-hit KO Excadrill. If he's like a Modest, or I think even Timid Life Orb might have a chance to 3-hit KO. I don't know, I don't have the calc split up, but the Life Orb set and Specs is the only ones that can body me straight up. But yeah, that's Drill this week. He's hopefully going to wall that Jolteon and keep those rocks off the field for Pidgeot. Next up, we have Mr. Slowking. Now, when I said Aerodon has no switch-ins to my offense, vice versa kind of applies for Mamoswine. If he's a Life Orb Mamoswine, he has a potential to 2-hit KO defensive Slowking, but this is still my best check to that thing. Colbur Berry is my only option, as knockoff will do a crap ton. Scald is an easy 2-hit KO with Psyshock and Shadow Ball to hit the incoming Jellicent, because I can't just have Jellicent coming in on me for free and healing up. If that thing's really low, I need to pick it off. Shadow Ball is there for me. Psyshock, obviously, for just general coverage, and Stab and Slack Off for recovery. Yeah, it's pretty standard this week. It's my only Mamoswine switching, but it's time to get into one of the most key mons this week, Weezing. Weezing, if you didn't know, can be any variant of Mega Altaria. I have enough SPDF to not get 3-hit KO'd by a Mega Altaria Hyper Voice from an offensive one, and I have enough defense to beat a physically offensive Dragon Dance Sweeper as well. I have Toxic Spikes because those are key. Like I said, my goal is to just wear his team down with the combination of Toxic Spikes, Sand, and I want to wear his team down so I can sweep with Blaziken or Pidgeot, essentially. Will-O-Wisp for the potential Altaria, Sludge Bomb for Altaria as well. Pain Split to just general heal. Physically and specially defensive mix wall this week is Weezing, and I am so excited to get into this match. Only 8 minutes and 30 seconds on the team builder, not too bad at all. Let's hope that this team I built this week can take Aerodon on, and like I said, with this matchup we have, I'm just thinking about going into the match. I'm thinking, like, I'm going to play probably really safe. I could make offensive doubles. I can know what Aerodon's going to do, and I can pivot around that. But the point is I have switch-ins to most of his offense. So as long as he's not bringing in Mamoswine for free, I'll be all right. So that's my plan. That's the team. Hopefully we can pull the W week 1, and I will see you all in the battle. Well, if you just came from watching the team builder, you know the team we brought. If you skipped to the thumbnail in the description, I encourage you to go back and watch the team builder, because I break down all the sets. If you skipped, I'll give you a quick run-up on what we're bringing. We're bringing Scarf Blaziken, 4 attacks, Lum, T-Tar, offensive 4-attack Pidgeot, AV Drill, defensive Slowking, and its mixed wall Weezing. So that's the quick version of the 9-minute team builder I just recorded. But we look at what Aerodon brought, and I got to give a huge shout out to my boy Rizpool. Johnny, go check him out. He will be in the description, because he brought literally the exact same team in a prep match we had. He guessed Aerodon's team 6 for 6, and that gives having such good battlers and friends to help me out definitely will give me a a leg up in all the leagues I'm in from this point on. And yeah, Johnny was a big help this time. Helped me alter some sets and get some things right. But that brings me to the battle we are here to watch today. And not NDBL, excuse me, DBL. There we go, week 1. So he over team analysis, I'm assuming he doesn't have a lot of offense outside of Mamoswine and Jolteon. I'm assuming that Ditto is trying to counter sweep me by becoming Drill. Skarmory's probably defensive there for Drill. There's the Jellicent, T-Tar's there for that, and I'm assuming it's a... Well, I'm not gonna lie, I have a live comm, and it got ruined. My audio didn't record. I was mad. It was a great live comm. Had some cuts, but it was a great live comm, and I'm here post-comming because Camtasia didn't record my audio, so yay! It's exactly what I want. But overall, now... yeah, so overall I thought the Altaria was probably a Dragon Dance Sweeper, even though I have Weezing, so I was I was assuming it was a special Altaria trying to take on Weezing better, because obviously I was bringing Weezing. Now, obvious lead is obvious. He has Skarmory, and he has Jellicent. Now, I want to potentially catch the Skarmory and Jellicent turn 1 with my T-Tar surprising it with Fire Blast and or trapping the Jellicent turn 1. So, I overall decide T-Tar is my best lead of choice, so I'm going to go ahead and pop the T-Tar down as he leads with... not what I predicted. Probably the worst thing we match up against. Mamoswine comes for the lead. The thing we have no switch-ins to. I play safe. I have the switch into this thing that I built, my Slowking, and he goes for a superpower. I don't see it take any Life Orb damage, so I was assuming Scarf at this point. Even though the Ditto was Scarf, I was essentially assuming dual Scarfers, especially since he doesn't try. And, well, he's not going to stay in here, and I know that, so I'm just going to go ahead and fire off a Shadow Ball, predicting the Jellicent, because Scald is obvious. Obvious Scald is obvious. Now, I'm going to pause it right here, because I could go directly into my T-Tar like I planned, but I assume he wants to get residual on my Slowking by clicking Will-O-Wisp. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot into my Blaziken, because there is absolutely no chance he will click Scald right here if he just has the Will-O-Wisp. There's no reason to do that with Slowking right there, so he's going to click Willow, and so I'm going to pivot into my Blaziken and then out into my T-Tar on the Scald, is essentially my plan. So, he takes sand damage, so he's obviously faster. We see leftovers, no Cobra Berry, that's also huge. So, I'm going to make the pivot into my Blaziken as he reveals Toxic, not Will-O-Wisp, and this leads me to believe he doesn't have the Willow. Not sure why he wouldn't pack it if he sees T-Tar and Drill as things he can potentially wall, but he has Toxic. So Blaziken gets Toxic, not the worst thing. It's a Scarfer. It's going to come in and take a hit and then get out. Now here I predict Scald, go into my T-Tar. Hopefully I can catch this Jellicent, and he switches out. Goes out into his Mega Altaria. Probably one of the worst things I match up against also. So the Pursuit Trapping of Jellicent will have to wait. I'm going to pull the switch into my counter, Mixed Wall Weezing. Yeah, I'm assuming he's special and just going to click Hyper Voice. I could take one with T-Tar and fire a Stone Edge back and do a lot, but there's no reason. He could have Roost, and I would be probably 3-hit KO'd with my investment. Fires off a Hyper Voice, does 28%, not even close to a 3-hit KO, which leads me to believe now it is a defensive Altaria. Probably Spadef to take Weezing on better, but here I predict the switch out, no reason to do anything except get my layer of Toxic Spikes up. Now, after he revealed Toxic earlier, like I said, I'm assuming he doesn't have the Will-O-Wisp, and he's not just going to click Toxic with a Weezing in front of him. That makes 0 sense. So, his best play right here is to click the Scald, so I go into my T-Tar, trying to execute the plan. As T-Tar comes in, sets up the Sand, our Spadef is boosted, he clicks Scald, I need him to not burn the first one, and 31% no burn, we're good. So, T-Tar survives the first Scald, no burn. I can click Pursuit twice here. This thing has the chip damage I need. That Pursuit is an easy 2-hit KO, even with lefties, 49%. And he will click Scald again, and he gets a crit. Now, it kind of sucks because T-Tar could still wall Skarmory. He gets also the burn. Lum cures, so the plan works perfectly. But the crit is kind of unfortunate. It means T-Tar is essentially death fodder now, but it did its job. It killed Jellicent. I brought T-Tar in with one goal in mind, to kill that Jellicent, and he accomplished it. Speed creeping worked perfectly. Now, Ariadon goes out into his Jolteon, and I still want to kind of preserve T-Tar. Maybe I can catch the Skarm with a Fire Blast later. So I'm going to switch out, go into my counter for this thing, which is AV Excadrill, as he reveals to be a Life Orb Jolteon. He clicks HP. Now, during the prep, I thought it was HP Ground. It's obviously HP Fighting because of T-Tar, but he still cannot 3-hit KO me. Look at that damage, 66%, perfectly out of range of a 3-hit KO. So... Gonna double into my Slowking because I know he's going into his Skarmory here. He's been playing pretty safe so far, so no reason to not think he's gonna make that play. And essentially what I get to do is fire off a Scald here. His Altaria is probably coming in now that I know it's a defensive Altaria. It's probably Heal Bell to beat my Slowking 1v1 or Weezing 1v1. But yep, he catches the poison on the spikes, which is nice. I'm going to fire off a Scald, no reason to do anything else with the Skarmory in front of me as this thing comes in. Now, I have no reason not to go into my counter for this thing. Like I said, I have matchup. I just need to wear his team down with Sand and Toxic Spikes. He makes a beautiful double into Jolteon, trying to pick up some momentum again as I switch out into my counter for the Altaria in Weezing. But, like I said, I have team matchup. I have a counter for this Jolteon. Staying in on the prediction is a little too obvious, so I'm going to make the safe play, pull a switch into Excadrill. No reason to do anything else. This Excadrill, like I said, with Skarmory there, doesn't do a lot of work as he clicks the Volt Switch trying to gain momentum. Not happening today. Now, his Jolteon is under 50% essentially, so I have no reason to make any prediction here. Skarmory is pretty obvious, but I have a switch into Skarmory in Slowking essentially. I have Regenerator, and I'm not scared, so I'm just going to fire off an EQ, play safe. Like I said, I'm playing extremely safe this game. There's no reason to not. I have matchup, I have the Mons I know I need to sweep him with, and his team is getting worn down. I think I'm winning the game at this point. But he sets up Rocks, and Rocks could be a bit of an issue. I can't have Pidgeot taking Rocks because it will die to counter Pidgeot's Hurricane after that. As he reveals Whirlwind, I'm playing no Pidgeot, no Pidgeot, no Pidgeot, and Tyranitar comes out. So Tyranitar dies to Rocks afterwards. There's no reason to switch this thing out again, so I'm going to try and catch the Skarmory with the Fire Blast. Hopefully he stays in. I have enough speed to outspeed Skarmory. He switches. He sees it coming the whole way, switches out into his Mega Altaria as the Fire Blast actually misses. It's not a big deal. He told me afterwards he was Spidef, so that literally would have done 5. But with the poison, it would have been semi-nice. No big deal. So I'm just going to say, actually, what I do is I have the counter to this thing, so I'm just going to save it for Death Fodder and go out into my Weezing since I have the counter for this thing. Having the Death Fodder with Jolteon around is nice. Also, Mamoswine around Heroos. I could have fired off a Stone Edge and done a clean 70% probably to a Spidef Altaria right there, so I'm not sure that was the best play. Here, the switch into Skarmory is extremely obvious. I've only revealed Sludge Bomb, so I'm going to click Will-O-Wisp, trying to catch the Skarmory. And Skarmory comes out, and I missed the Will-O-Wisp, of course, too easy. But here, I know he can't do anything to me, and I really need this Skarmory burned so I can beat it with Slowking 1v1 later in the match. So I'm just gonna fire off a Willow as he goes. I'm faster, so I'm assuming he's going for a Whirlwind here, which he indeed does. I get forced out. No Pidgeot, please don't send out Pidgeot or my Death Fodder. Slowking comes out perfect, so his Whirlwinds are not the luckiest for him right now. Slowking comes out, and I get to pretty much click a free... I believe I clicked Shadow Ball, predicting the Altaria to come back in. No, I pause. I clicked Shadow Ball, predicting Ditto to come in, and think it could beat me 1v1, thinking I'm a Calm Mind Slowking or something. So I clicked Shadow Ball, predicting Ditto to try and come in and wall me, which doesn't happen. Altaria comes out, defense, Def Drop, not huge. I mean, essentially just Shadow Ball and Psyshock do the same now because of Stab. So I'll probably just click Shadow Ball again to play for a Spidef drop, which actually kind of hurt me more because I would have clicked Psyshock there because I was staying in on that Altaria as he tries to make a double into Jolteon, but that Altaria can do nothing to me. I am a Slowking, so I just stay in, fire off another Shadow Ball as Jolteon has one more turn on this earth. Now, I can't risk Slowking. Slowking is one of my win cons at this point, so I just have to make the safe play into Excadrill, because if Slowking goes down, I lose to Mamoswine, and because of Rock's damage, I would have been, I forgot, it seems he, from the calc, it seems he was a Life Orb, Timid Jolteon. But Excadrill did its job, Jolteon dies before it, so it's done its job, as I believe Weezing gets a kill for Jolteon going down to its Toxic. Awesome. He brings out Richard. I'm going to save the drill for spin later, because I'm assuming this thing is faster than me. So I'm going to sack my T-Turn now and get a free switch into my Blaziken, which at this point gets a kill, I believe is what I do. Yeah, he clicks Knockoff, no target. I believe I go into my Blaziken here. Let's see. Yes, I do. I go into Blaziken. I essentially get a kill at this point, unless he wants to switch in Ditto, but that's a dumb play because the obvious is the fighting type move. Altaria is going to come out, and I'm just going to click Flare Blitz and two-shot this thing quite easily. Like I said, he doesn't have any switch-ins to this monster. Crit does not matter. With Poison, I would have easily two-shotted the Altaria, no problem. And yeah, I'm going to stay in. I'm Scarfed. I know I outspeed this thing. I'm just going to take my opportunity to kill this thing while I have it. Altaria drops. Too easy, boys. Too easy. And here he makes an interesting play out in a Ditto, and Aridon makes a series of weird plays right here, in my opinion. He goes out into the Ditto, transforms into my Blaziken. I'm thinking, okay, I have a Slowking in the back, and I have knockoff on this Blaziken. He's obviously going to click knockoff here, so I'm going to make I can't lose my Scarf, so I'm going to make a switch into my Weezing. But Aridon just Flare Blitzes, and that was interesting to me. And now this Weezing is essentially useless, so I'm going to fire off a Pain Split just in case Aridon tries to pull a switch out in one of his other two Mons. And he actually does, instead of trying to kill off my Weezing. I don't know why. I was trying to preserve Slowking's health. I'm assuming he was thinking that was going to come in, but his Altaria was down, so Weezing was essentially useless. But Steel Falcon comes in, that thing takes damage, and this is my opportunity to get rid of the rock so Pidgeot can sweep late game. Excuse me. So I'm going to immediately make a switch into my Excadrill. I know I can wall this thing at the same time because I have a little bit of defense investment if you watch the team builder. He's going to roost, and now that I know I can win this battle, I am faster, which means rocks are not going up on my side of the field. Because I'm faster, this means that I can't screw this up, basically. There's no universe in which he can get rocks up on me because I will always be able to spin them away before he can set them back up. I have more spins than he has rocks. So I'm not worried. I can honestly, like, literally right here, I can fire off an Iron Head, and if I get a flinch, I might be in a good position, but I don't. Here a little bit of stall ensues of a Rocks trying to get up battle. I don't know what Aridon was doing. I felt it pretty obvious I was going to win at this point. I was going to win the Rock duel at this point because I was faster, but I can see why he wanted Rocks up, obviously. If he had Rocks up, he had a good chance to win the game, actually. Well, not a good chance to win. He had a better chance to win the game, but he needs Rocks up to have any chance to win the game. But with this battle, with my speed investment on my drill, I do still outspeed this thing, and I essentially just can't let him get Rocks up. So this battle is going to go on for a few more turns till Aridon realizes he essentially can't get Rocks up, I assume is what happened. He's going to try his mightiest to get them up, but it's just not going to work for him. He's not Rocky Helmet, so he has literally zero chance of getting Rocks up this game. And he needed them for Pidgeot, but this is why we draft the best spinner in the game right here, so it can take on Skarmory, keep those rocks off our field for our Mega Pidgeot. As he's going to reset up the rocks again, like I said, he really needed rocks. I don't fault Aridon for that. I know he needed the rocks a lot. I probably should have Iron Headed right there now that I think about it, because another Drill Peck wouldn't kill me, and I could have potentially flinched that thing and killed it. But he's just going to go for a roost, and Drill is going to keep... Like I said, it's a stall. There's not much I can say here. He needs rocks. I need to not have rocks on my side of the field. So yeah, it's just basically going to go back and forth like this for a little while. So basically my late game plan: Blaziken and Pidgeot. He has no more switch-ins to either of them. If Pidgeot comes in, I can essentially get a kill. If Blaziken comes in, I can also essentially get a kill. As it looks like the stall war's finally coming to an end, Aridon realizes he can't get rocks up. His Skarmory is only getting whittled down. He's probably going to roost here to be at the maximum amount of health possible. I Iron Head, I think he goes for rocks one more time. Yeah, he sets up his rocks one more time, but not to no avail, as I'll just spin them away next turn. Yeah, I can't risk it this time. I have to spin these rocks away no matter what. As I get a crit rapid spin that totally mattered, 100%, changed the course of the game. He roosts. He realizes at this point he's not getting his rocks up. I believe I Iron Head right here, and he roosts again, and then he's just going to kill me. And this little stall war of 10 or so turns we had will be over with, which is nice. Very nice. So he roosts up. He's at full health. He's not going to have a better chance to try and kill me than this turn right now. So he is just going to take it, accept the fact that he's not going to get rocks up this game, which is amazing for our captain of our team, Mega Pidgeot, to come on into the battle and put in the finest of work. So I bring out the Yeezus bird himself, Con Yeezy Bird, Mega Pidgeot, to come out and get a kill. I just click Heat Wave here because a Mammothine Ice Shard won't kill me from full, and I can two-shot it with Heat Wave, and so I'm just going to click Heat Wave. He stays in, Heat Wave, no guard, no problem. Steel Falcon goes down, and now it's 2v4, and Ditto is still a very prominent threat as it comes out towards my Mega Pidgeot. Now, I'm going to pause right here. This Mega Pidgeot could still potentially win Aridon the game. I know Yeezus Bird over here can live one Hurricane from this phony. I know I can. There's no universe in which he kills me because I know he's scarfed. So, I can kill him from this range is the difference. I can kill him from the range he's at. So if he confuses my Pidgeot and I hit myself in confusion, he has a chance then for me to go out into my Slowking, for him to confuse that, hit itself in confusion, and then Hurricane that again and kill it. And then essentially he has the game in the bag. If all that happened, he had a chance to win the game. Did it? I don't know. Let's find out. So I bring Yeezus out. I'm going to stay in. He fires off a Hurricane, and he gets the confusion. Oh my gosh. Is this my life? No, it's not my life. I am able to fire off a counter Hurricane that does 73% as well. Knock him clean out. Ditto goes down. Mamoswine's going to come out, and I know he can pick me off with an Ice Shard at this point, and I have no reason not to preserve differential here. Go out into Wheezing, take the Ice Shard, and proceed to stall the Mamoswine out. I've seen his whole set at this point. I'm assuming he has Earthquake, obviously, so I pretty much know his whole set at this point. Knockoff, Superpower, Ice Shard, and Earthquake, so he can't beat Wheezing 1v1. He can go for knockoff. I will just Pain Split right here, and I essentially have enough health to survive any 3 hits this thing can go for now, which means I can stall him out with Wheezing. Wheezing, probably the MVP of the first game. I believe Blaziken got 1 kill, Pidgeot got 2 kills, T-Tar got a kill, and Wheezing got 2 kills because of spikes on Jolteon and the Mamoswine going down. So, Wheezing and Mega Pidgeot are leading our team in kills so far. Drill did not do much this week. I didn't expect it to. That's why I brought a more utility Drill this week. I wasn't using it as an offensive sweeper unless Skarmory went down, but that never happened. So that's going to wrap it up for DBL Week 1. We played out of our minds. No, we didn't. We played safe. We had team matchup, and we beat Ariadon, who's a very good battler. Check him out. He will also be in the description below. But until next time in DBL Week 2, I'm out. Peace.